People from all around the world desire to be citizens of the United States. In this lesson, you'll learn all about American citizenship. You'll learn exactly what citizenship is and how the Constitution and other laws of this country define who a citizen is. You'll see that some Americans have citizenship by birth depending on where they were born or who their parents are. You'll also learn how others can become American citizens through a process known as naturalization. There's much to learn, so let's begin. Let's begin by defining citizenship. You probably have some idea of what it means to be a citizen, but let's explain exactly what citizenship is and isn't. Citizens of a country belong to that country, and that country belongs to them, in the broadest possible sense. Citizenship is a status that brings with it certain rights, duties, benefits, and responsibilities. These are covered in detail in a separate lesson. Another way to put it is that citizenship is the right to have rights. Being a citizen gives you the right to live, work, and participate fully in the life of a country like the United States. Is everyone a citizen within the borders of the United States? You probably know the answer to that is no. A United States national is a permanent resident of the United States, but is not a citizen. All other people in the country who aren't citizens or nationals are legally known as aliens, but the term doesn't mean what you think it means. Technically, an alien is a person who comes to the United States from another country to visit, work, or live on a temporary basis. People who come to the United States with the permission of their country and ours are considered legal aliens. Those who enter the U.S. without permission or stay longer than they are supposed to are technically considered illegal aliens. Legal aliens who plan to stay permanently in the United States are known as immigrants. They are eligible to apply for citizenship, as you'll learn coming up. If all these terms seem confusing, don't worry. It'll all get cleared up soon. Let's move forward. You may be surprised to learn that the United States Constitution, the law of our land, says very little about American citizenship. Although the Constitution uses the word citizen numerous times, the original text never explained exactly what a citizen was or how to become one. Was George Washington an American citizen? Before you answer yes, consider that Washington was born in Virginia before there was even a country called the United States. Technically, he was born a British citizen. Still, just about everyone would consider George a U.S. citizen. He was our first president, after all. How about Alexander Hamilton, another founding father? Hamilton was born on the Caribbean island of Nevis. He moved to New York before the American Revolution and lived there for the rest of his life, serving in Washington's administration. Was Hamilton an American citizen? He almost certainly was, although at the time, some of his enemies tried to claim that he wasn't, because he had been born outside of the American colonies. The point is that in the early years of the United States, citizenship was a murky concept. Basically, everyone living in the U.S. when it became a country was considered a citizen. It wasn't until 1868 that a change to the Constitution, the 14th Amendment, clarified what citizenship meant. The amendment says that all persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and of the state wherein they reside. This makes it clear that there are actually two paths to citizenship, one by birth and two by becoming a U.S. citizen through the process of naturalization. We'll learn about these two paths in more detail coming up. First, we'll talk about citizenship by birth, one of the paths mentioned in the 14th Amendment. There are two ways to possess what is called birthright citizenship or natural-born citizenship. First is what we know as law of soil. It grants citizenship to anyone born within the borders of the United States. This includes the 50 states and also U.S. territories like Puerto Rico and the U.S. Virgin Islands. It also includes U.S. military bases in other countries, which are considered American soil. If you or anyone you know was born in the United States, you automatically are a citizen. It's pretty simple. What if a pregnant tourist from another country happened to give birth while in the United States? Is her child an American citizen? Yes, technically it is. What if an illegal alien gives birth to a child in the United States? Is her child a citizen? Yes. The Constitution is quite clear about this. All persons born in the United States are citizens. The other way to possess birthright citizenship, or natural-born citizenship, is called the law of blood. This might sound a little creepy, but it means that a person born to American parents in another country still has American citizenship. Generally, children born outside the U.S. who have at least one American citizen as their parent has citizenship. So if a pregnant American and her family were vacationing in France, for example, and give birth there, would the child be a U.S. citizen? Yes. What if the family was living in France on a more permanent basis? Yes, again, as long as the parents have American citizenship, the child is an American citizen. As you've learned, being born a citizen is not the only way that someone may earn an American citizenship. The 14th Amendment also says that non-citizens can be naturalized or made citizens. Naturalized citizens must meet the following qualifications. First, they must be at least 18 years old to apply. Second, they must be a lawful permanent resident of the United States when they apply. People who are currently in the country illegally cannot apply to be citizens of the United States. Next, they must have been residents for at least 5 years. Then, they must be of good moral character, which basically means they can't have a serious criminal record. Next, they must have a basic working knowledge of the English language. And finally, they must have a basic knowledge of American history and government. Just qualifying for citizenship does not make someone a naturalized United States citizen. Those who qualify must take steps to become a citizen. The naturalization process is overseen by the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services Bureau, part of the Department of Homeland Security. First, there is a formal application to fill out and a number of fees to pay. The process can take some time. If the application is approved, the future citizen must pass a short test on American history and government to demonstrate their knowledge. If they pass, the last step is to take an oath of allegiance to the United States, promising to give up all loyalty to any other country and to fulfill the duties of citizenship. These oaths are often taken in public ceremonies like the one you see here. Once done, the brand new citizen receives a certificate of naturalization. Naturalized citizens have all the same rights and responsibilities as those who are citizens by birth. In 2014, over 654,000 people became new naturalized American citizens.